Tea Time with George Caylor. For a second cup, go to teawithgeorge.com.
Today we're going to deviate a bit from the usual talk of how to get this country back to its constitution and visit with Robert Katende and Phiona Mutesi, who are the subjects of an upcoming Disney movie, The Queen of Katwe. Academy Award winner Lupita Nyong'o was one of 5 great actresses who auditioned for the part and wanted to play Phiona Mutesi. We visited at Sports Outreach headquarters just outside of Kampala, Uganda. A little bit of wind in the background sometimes, but that's what comes with a live outdoor interview. Good morning. I'm talking with Robert Katende and Phiona Mutesi. A lot has happened in the last 2 years since I interviewed them. Disney is now making a movie about the life of Phiona Mutesi and Robert Katende. And when we first talked, it was just a good book. But now it's a story that's going to be known worldwide. And so we're going to talk about that a little bit today. Robert Katende, you were her chess coach. Would you tell me a little bit again how you met Phiona?
Yeah, I met Phiona roughly now it's coming to 10 years back. She just came following her brother to the chess program. Basically, initially she was coming because she needed to have a cup of porridge, which we used to serve at the program. And that's how I met her. And then she became interested in the chess besides having the cup of porridge. And she became a very serious chess player eventually.
Can she beat you?
Yeah, at the moment, really, I feel she's a big challenge for me because she has more time on the board and I am doing my best to work on myself. But the truth is, she does challenge me now.
Phiona, your English is better than 2 years ago, but it's still not your native tongue. But can you tell us a little bit about how you feel about a movie that millions of people will see about your life? What do you want to accomplish with that movie?
I feel great and I'm surprised and always since I first heard that word that they were going to make a movie about me, I've never believed it up to now. And even the shooting is going to start, but I can't believe it because I'm coming from nowhere and I'm reaching at this stage whereby people can even come and shoot me so I don't believe it. I just give glory to God, everything. And I thank God very much because right now, apart from the movie, we got some money and we built a house, so we're no longer struggling. I'm going now to school very well. So I really thank God for everything that has come. Yeah.
Have they found an actress beautiful enough to play your life?
Yeah, right now they are trying to get, because there are still many, and they want to get one of those ones.
Do you know what's the name of the actress who may play Phiona? Do you know?
Actually, for now, she's not yet determined, but we have 5 actually there are 12 candidates whom they will have to screen to get to 5 and then continue screening until they can be able to pick one who will take up her character.
The person who's going to win the part, and it may be an Academy Award type movie, does the person need to know something about Luganda language, or is it all going to be in English? How will they do that?
Basically, it's going to be an English because Uganda is an English-speaking country, so that gives it a better stand. So it will be definitely in English. But the people who are taking up the characters, they have actually to spend more than 3 or 4 weeks with the people they are trying to act, to see if they can be able to get their personalities so that they can really try to be as true as possible.
Fiona's a very humble person, even now when she's famous, and she's a national chess champion. Phiona, what kind of a role model do you want to be for young girls who maybe are giving up hope? They don't know if there'll ever be anything for them. What do you want them to know?
I want them to know that there's God in everything they do, that there's a way whatever they do. God has a purpose of everything and everyone. So I don't want them to lose hope. There's still right time. It might not be right now, but there's the right time for everyone to come up. And I want them like not to lose hope. Let them be patient and always be hardworking people.
The movie industry is famous for sanitizing Jesus out of the story, and why whatever happened afterwards was because of that person coming to Jesus. How are we going to hold the movie industry accountable for telling the truth about the story of you and Phiona? How are we going to keep Jesus in this movie? Is there a contract? Do you know anything about that?
Yeah, I would say that it's been a very huge challenge right from the writing of the book. Reason being, we had really, because at the end of the day, it's the truth of the fact and it's the truth of the matter. We are who we are right now because of Jesus. It's God himself. Because no one can ever do this. Because even us, as much as God has been able to, in fact, I've always testified in churches and told some of our fellow believers that never pray a prayer for God to widen your boundaries when you're not ready for it. Because God will always fulfill the promise, and you have to be ready psychologically, physically, knowledge-wise, to be able to take up those widened boundaries, because we have personally seen it. But when it comes to the leaving the content in the whole script, yes, we did succeed to the book, because it was also still a big debate when it came to writing of the book. But because the movie is aiming at being so true to itself, to the story, they don't want to deviate from the truth. So they have actually kept all the scripts to do with Jesus. They are talking about God in the scripts, which is so good, because, for instance, you cannot change where the program was initiated as from the church balcony. You can't change that. It was a church, and that's the reality. And if you're looking at writing what is real, then you cannot bring in anything else, because the truth is, this is God's power at work.
Sports Outreach is a Christian organization, and its members work for Christ and live for Christ. And our founder, Russ Carr, 30 years ago, saw the hopelessness in Uganda, and he knew it wasn't just the poverty, it was the lack of Jesus. And so he wanted to bring Christ to Uganda, and he's done so. Phiona, how will little girls especially, because you'll become a role model, how will they come to know Jesus because of this? Or what is your hope, the manner that they're going to come to know Jesus?
They'll come to know Jesus because of his power, and like he has used me from what, like, I was so bad off where I came from. I was kind of a person who lived without water, without anything to eat. So a person can just see me or can just hear from me, and then you just glorify God for that, because I've really come from far.
Robert, do you have any closing words for us?
Yes, I do. I personally feel this has not been a one-man show, but God himself planned the whole schedule, I think, and I believe that, because it has come a long way. And I'm so grateful for Dr. Raska. I've always met him, and I've actually told him this personally. If it wasn't him, I don't think this would be where it is. He shared the vision. I know he never brought chess initially. It was my idea to initiate chess, but it was because he provided the vision of using sports as a ministry tool to reach out to the people with the gospel, which we embraced and took it to be our own calling. And we have realized that actually you find yourself in fitting in your calling. And I remember when I was still struggling with the chess program in the early stages, when I had only one board, I even had struggles from some of my leaders at the time. But I used to write reports to Dr. Russ, and I remember giving him something I had initiated and how I was reaching out to these children on the street with a chessboard. And I remember when he made his trip, the following trip to Uganda, he had to come with some chessboards. Actually, to me, as much as I really loved and I was so excited for receiving the chessboards, but it was more than that, because I had a big challenge administratively to do something which I was not sent to do, because initially as a soccer coach, I was supposed to do soccer and reach out to the children with soccer. Now here I come because I had realized that some of the children didn't like soccer. So I initiated the board game, and some of the administrators were against this idea. But him giving me the chessboards, to me it was like a green light that you go ahead and do the program. So I'm really so grateful for that moment. I remember he presented the chessboards to me during a dinner time we had with the fellowship. And to me, that was the turning point of the whole thing. That even the local leaders embraced the program and see what God has used it to be. Many children, right now we are reaching out to over 1,000 children in Uganda through chess.
Could I have a greeting and a goodbye in Luganda? The Americans won't understand what you're saying, but would you just say, God bless you, and I hope you'll come and see my movie in Luganda?
Mukama abawe omukisa kansubire nti mujja kujja laba movie.
Mukama tumwebaza era tumugulumiza era abawe omukisa mwenna abawuliriza programu eno. Mukama ayongere okusitula okukkiriza kwammwe gyali. Era tusabira ne movie egenda okuddako ebeere ekyokukozesa Mukama kyagenda okukozesa okuyimusa erinnya lye.
And that means everybody is supposed to go see The Queen of Katwe and the story of Phiona Mutesi and the wonderful transformation in her life. Thank you so much.